Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to the Kemet Maasai Academy. We're having another live session with our PEP critical thinking skills. Welcome Nardika.
Hi, Miss.
Welcome Zoe over there in the chat. We're waiting for our other scholars to come along, but we're gonna get right to it in the meantime. All right, so I'm seeing Genesis also. Hi, Genesis. All right, so this evening we're going to look at another advertisement, and we're going to be analyzing, ripping it to shreds, right? Tearing it apart and seeing what is the relevant information, so as not to take things for granted. That's the whole point of this particular series. Welcome, Amoy. The whole point of this series, good evening, is to train ourselves to observe, to pay attention to detail, to not take things for granted, not take information on packages for granted. That's the whole point. All right, so I have my 3 young ladies in studio so far, and I have my scholars in the chat. So let me go ahead and share. I don't know why my beautiful young ladies are hiding their faces though.
Miss, I'm not hiding my face anymore.
Thank you, ma'am.
Come.
But you guys, you're coming and you're going, you're coming and you're going, you're coming and you're going.
Miss, I don't
can't
know.
see the pretty faces.
Excuse me, Miss. I don't know why. Look like they're going on a walk.
This minute I see them, next minute they're gone. They're playing hide and seek. Hi, Lorraine.
Yes, Miss.
Welcome, Lorraine. So let's go. Let's go. Let us go. All right, so this evening the advertisement is Bert's Auto Parts. Bert's Auto Parts. That's the advertisement. And today we will examine an ad put out by Bert's Auto Parts located in Jamaica. All right, Nardika, number 1.
Number 1, the company refers to itself as your parts specialist. What do they want people to believe about what they do? Number 1, the company refers to itself as your parts specialist. What do they want people to believe about what they do?
All right. What do you think they want people to believe?
Good night, Miss.
Miss, I think they want people to believe that they sell auto parts, Miss.
Is that all? They just want you to believe that they sell auto parts?
No, Miss. They want them to believe that they sell car parts, and you can come to them to come for the wheel and the etc. Miss. I don't know how to pronounce them.
Okay, it's etc. Anybody else?
Me, Miss.
Amari.
Miss, it wants them to believe that their parts are specialists.
Okay, the specialist means what?
It's like they're special, they're
That
valuable.
Describes themselves.
They're special, they're valuable, Miss.
They're valuable. In this case, anybody else? I'm not quite getting what I'm looking for.
Miss?
Yes.
Miss, they're Miss, that's where you like to get the parts, Miss. Miss it shows that their parts are like Miss good. Miss it's not like breakdown, Miss it's good.
All right, so you're saying they have quality products. All right, good evening, Miss Reed. Welcome. What else? They are the parts specialists. You're parts specialist. When a person is a specialist, what does that mean? Is it just that they have the thing available?
Miss they
Miss,
specialize in Miss they specialize in the parts, Miss.
Don't use but the same word or the root of the word to define the word. Hi, Mavian. Lorraine says she thinks they sell car. She thinks they sell car parts. All right, let me just
Miss,
add a little. Yes, go ahead.
they are professionals of what they do.
Yes, they are professional. Miss Reed is also saying they are experts, right? So it's not just your average. You're not just gonna get average service or average parts. They are saying in describing themselves as your parts specialists, they are saying they are experts, they are professionals, they are the best you can find. That's what they are saying, right? So you can go to a general practitioner, a doctor who is just a general practitioner. But if you have a specific complaint, whether it's your whichever system you're having a complaint in, your circulatory system, your urinary system, you'll go to the specialist who deals in that system, who has studied that system, right? So you would get quality treatment for that particular thing. All right, so that was question one. Genesis, question two.
Question two, what are awful parts? Question two, what are awful
What are auto parts? Welcome, DeAndre. You're just joining. Well, we're just not too long start, so you're good. What are auto parts? Anybody knows?
Miss like parts of your car? No, Miss yes. Miss is like a company, Miss.
Auto parts is a company,
Oh no, Miss. No, Miss. It's like the parts of your car, Miss.
right? So the different parts that make up your car, and you know that at any time any of those parts might have a defect, they might need to be repaired or replaced, right? Because the car, you're driving the vehicle all the time, parts wear and tear, it's a lot of pressure, right? It's metal, so it comes under a lot of pressure and it wear and tear. So after a while you might have to replace the parts or repair the parts. So the auto parts dealer is the place where you would go. Hi, Jamaican girl. I love that name. I love that term. I love Jamaica so much. All right, so that's question two. Auto parts are the parts of your car, your automobile, your vehicle. Amoy, question three.
Okay, Miss. Question 3. What part of speech is the word auto used here? Question 3. What part of speech is the word auto used here? Miss as an adjective, Miss?
Why do you say it's an adjective?
Miss because it's describing what type of parts of the car it is?
Excellent, Amoy. Excellent. So a lot of persons may have said it's a noun, right? And sometimes the word auto can be used as a noun if it's a thing. In this case, though, it is describing the type of parts, as Amoy rightly said. So in this case, it is serving the function of an adjective. So remember that you can't just say, okay, this word is a noun, it's always a noun. No. the part of speech, yeah, there are some words where, yeah, they're always this or always that. Some words, they're always pronouns. Some words, they're always verbs. However, it really depends on how the word is being used in that particular situation. So author here is being used as an adjective. And for the previous question, DeAndre is saying auto parts are important systems that make up your car. And Miss Reed says components that make up the car. And Miss Reed also gave an answer for this question here, that auto is being used as an adjective right here. Amari, question 4, please.
Yes, yes. Number 4. How many locations does the company have? Number 4. How many locations does the company have? Miss, I would say 3, Miss.
Right, and what are they?
Miss Bert's Camp Road, Bert's Mullines, Bert's Hagley Park.
Okay, so there are 3 locations listed here. We have a Burt's on Camp Road, we have a Burt's on Malines Road, and we have a Burt's on Hagley Park Road. All right, that's correct. Shalicia, question 5.
Question 5. In which section of Kingston is each location? Question 5. In which section of Kingston is each location?
All right. Which section of Kingston is each location?
Miss, would it be Miss for Bert's Camp Road? Miss, would it be 610 Camp Road, Kingston 4, Miss?
Mm-hmm.
And Miss for Bert's Mullines, 72 Mullines Road, Kingston 10, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
For Bert's Hagley Park, 56 Hagley Park Road, Kingston 10, Miss.
That's correct. All right, so they are all in Kingston. The 3 locations are in Kingston, but they are different. Kingston, the capital city, and also parish, is divided into sections, right? So we have Kingston 10, Kingston 5, Kingston 8. So 2 of the birth locations are in Kingston 10, and 1 is in Kingston 4. All right, back to you, Nardika. Question 6.
Question 6. What is an easy way to remember the telephone number for the company? Question 6. What is an easy way to remember the telephone number for the company?
What's an
Uh,
easy way? If you're,
well,
yeah, go ahead.
Miss, would it be 938 births?
And explain why that is an easy way to remember.
Well, Miss, what do I think would be the easy way is because all I just have to remember is 938. I just put births. And
And
Miss,
how would putting births help you, though?
well, how
Well,
would
what do
put
you,
in
if you're dialing the number, how do you
well
dial births on your phone?
well Miss some phones have like the keypad and have like the typewriter. So what you just need to do just put the number and then put birds and it will dial birds.
excuse me,
Okay.
Miss.
Yes, Amari.
Miss, wouldn't it be 2378, Miss?
Well, yes, but what Nardika is saying is that on your keypad, on your phone, each number is actually assigned to a letter as well.
Yes,
Have you
Miss.
ever noticed that?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
So the 2378, the 2 is assigned to the B. The 3 is assigned to the E. 7 is assigned to R, and so on. So, but I'm looking here though, but it's how many letters?
Miss, 5 letters.
5, but there are 4 letters in the bracket. So how does that work? I think it's actually Bert. 2, 3, 7, 8, right? 4 letters. You can double check on your keypad when you have the time, but basically each number is assigned to a letter. So because you know the name of the company is Bert, it's easy to remember Bert than to remember the 2, 3, 7, 8, right? And when you're typing in Bert now on the keypad, you're automatically typing in the 2, 3, 7, 8,
7, 8.
right? So that's an easy. So a lot of companies do that to help out their customers, because they know people have a lot of things on their mind and they're trying to remember this and that. So to make it easier, they apply to the phone company and they say, you know what, we want a special number that's going to spell out the letters in our company, or a letter that people will easily associate, a word that people will easily associate with our company. So all they have to do is think of that word and then dial it on the keypad and those numbers will come up, right? So Lorraine is saying it has the company name and those letters match, right? Every letter has a number on it, and that is correct. And for the question 4, Miss Reed said 3 locations, which is correct. All right, who just got that question? Nordika?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so after a while, we're going to have some scholars waiting backstage. We're going to allow them, we're going to do some switching up, right? All right, so Genesis, question 7, please.
What is meant by of, of
Official
official
distributors.
distributors?
Mhm.
Name some brands whose parts are distributed by the company.
Okay, read
What
again,
is,
Genesis.
what is meant by official distribution?
Distributors.
Distribution. Name some brands whose parts are distributed by the company.
All right, so it's a two-part question. So Bert's is saying we are the official distributors. What do they mean by that? Anyone?
Miss, they made the parts of Miss. They
A distributor is not necessarily a manufacturer. So the distributor doesn't necessarily make the product. What does it mean to distribute?
Miss, I think I know.
Try, go ahead.
When car brands tell a specific company to sell these parts for them.
To sell the parts for them. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And Lorraine says, I think official distributors is what is helped to make the company. In what way does it help? Right. So a distributor, remember, distribute means to give out, to provide a way to put the thing out there, right? So an official, the official part of it, what does that mean? Because you might have a distributor who is not the official distributor. So
Miss, it's
how
the
does that
real
work?
distributor.
The real distributor, but what does that mean? What we mean by the real distributor?
Miss, they did
Miss,
Miss, they did the work that was done.
Can someone read the definition for the word official, please?
Miss, I think I know what official kind of means.
I want a definition for official. Either use your dictionary or the online dictionary. First person to find it, go ahead and read the definition for official.
Miss, I see two definitions. One as an adjective relating to an authority or public body and its activities and responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And as a noun, a person holding public office or having official duties, especially as a representative of an organization or government department.
Okay. All right. Did anyone find any other meaning? All right. So when the thing is official, that means as Shalicia read, the person who is who has the authority over the thing has declared that they are giving their sanction, they are backing the thing, they're saying this is the thing that is representing us, right? So
Miss,
yes, go ahead.
Miss, I found the meaning in the dictionary.
Sure, read that for me, please.
Miss, it says done or said by someone with authority or
Right.
done as a part of your job or position.
Okay. So Birds is saying we have been given, this is what they're saying, by declaring themselves as the official distributors. They're saying we have been given the authority by these brands to distribute their products, right? They're saying we have authority from the brands. So they're saying these parts that we sell are legitimate, they are genuine, they are reliable. That's what they're saying. So the second part of the question, name some of the brands whose parts are distributed by Birds. And we have them right up here, right? So
Nissan,
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 Suzuki,
Miss Mazda, Suzuki,
Mazda.
Mitsubishi,
Toyota,
Toyota, Subaru, Honda, Uzu.
You guys are familiar with all of these brands?
Yes, miss, except for
Yes,
Buju.
miss.
Which one of them you drive?
Miss Toyota, miss.
Which one of them you drive or plan to drive? Do you see your favorite brand up here?
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't see I do not see my brand up here. But when I plan to drive first in the future before I get my dream car, it's either the um the Shabra. Miss, I don't know how
The
to
Subaru?
pronounce it.
The
Miss,
Yes, miss.
Subaru?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so what is your dream car, Nardi?
Miss is I have two dream cars. Is either a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
A Ferrari or a Lamborghini?
Yes, miss.
Okay, and I'm gonna be sitting right beside you, ma'am. Leave my space.
miss, miss,
Save my space.
Okay, miss.
Amari, Amari,
miss,
you were saying?
miss miss the three preferred ones that I know
Mhm.
a lot about, miss. Miss the Mitsubishi, the Toyota, and the Honda, miss. Miss, they're not my favorite, miss, but
But you
I
know a
know
lot
I
about
know
them.
them, miss. Yes, miss.
Okay, and Miss Reed is saying she's driving a Honda. Miss Reed wants a Honda. Same for Lorraine. People seem to love the Honda. Or what's this Lorraine is saying?
Miss,
Chris
I like the Hyundai.
or the Hyundai. Okay. Well, I love the Mercedes Benz. I really love the Mercedes Benz. I don't see that up there. Is it up there?
No, miss.
Okay. So Birds doesn't supply all the brands, but these are a lot of brands, right? A lot of brands, and these are very popular brands. All right, so Amoy, question 8.
Okay, Miss. Explain why customers would appreciate each of the four services offered here by the Camp Road branch. Explain why customers would appreciate each of the four services offered here by the Camp Road branch. Miss?
Yes, go ahead. Do the first one. Why would customers appreciate the free installations?
Because Miss, maybe the car wants an installator, Miss, and they're getting it for free, Miss, without charge.
So basically, then all they have to do is buy the parts, and Birds will install it for free. You think that's what they mean?
Yes, Miss.
Right. So people would love that, right?
Yes,
People
Miss.
would love, people love free things. Most people, once they see free, they're ready. So all they need to do, buy the parts, and Birds is saying, okay, we will install it for you. You don't have to pay us anything extra. All right, how about the engine tune-ups? Why would people appreciate that? The engine tune-up. What's an engine tune-up? Have you ever heard your parents say, the car needs an engine tune-up? What's that? Anybody knows? Who are the drivers on
Miss,
the panel?
Miss, like, Miss, I think I know, Miss. Because I've
Yes,
heard it before, Miss.
what do you think it is?
Miss. So, Miss, I think it. Miss, repeat what you said again, Miss.
What do you think an engine tune-up is?
Miss, like the engine, Miss. It needs like you put some in there just to make it like if it wasn't good before you put some in there to make it a little better, or if it's good but you want it just be super fast, you put something else in there, Miss.
Okay. So they're gonna go check the engine, make sure it's all right, clean it out, right? Make sure you're good to go.
Yes, Miss.
Or how about
I think
the
it's
fact that
mental.
they have experienced technicians? Why would customers appreciate the fact that Birds has experienced technicians?
Miss, because the experienced technicians, miss they have the history of cars, Miss. They know like what to do with them if they're broken. They know what's the fastest engine to put in them. They know what type of nitrous to put in them, Miss.
Right.
And Miss, Miss, they know what to do. Like if you hear a noise in the car, Miss, they'll know how to fix it, Miss, because they're experienced, Miss.
Right. So they have worked with many, many cars over the years, and they know how to handle themselves, and they know how to handle the car. So persons prefer if an experienced technician works on the car. You don't want an amateur, especially if you have a really expensive top of the line car. You don't want any amateur going into your car and messing things up, right? Next
Miss,
thing you
Miss,
know, you're
That's
driving
what
down
I
the
said.
road and the wheels start fall off, and the windshield fall off, and the steering wheel fall
Miss,
off.
Miss, really, I don't want anybody
Mhm.
working on my car, Miss. I would take the time and work it for myself, Miss,
So
because
are you saying that? Oh, so how are you going to know what to
Miss, I
do? Are
can
you
just
going to be trained in that? You're going to go and
Miss
get training
Miss
in the
I know
technicalities.
Miss, I know some things about car now, Miss. I know enough things to
But
put
is
in
it
car.
enough to just know some things? If you
No,
want to,
Miss,
if
what I
your
mean is like
expensive car needs servicing, is it enough
Miss,
for you to just
Miss,
know
I'll learn
something?
about it, Miss. I'll learn about it, Miss. I'll learn more
Okay.
about it. But
Well,
Miss, usually I wouldn't trust somebody enough to
okay.
like send me on the road to
Mm-hmm.
like drive, and I have to be worried to say if the tires are gonna be flat, if the AC is gonna blow up. Miss, I
Right.
really don't want to be worried about that.
Yeah, I worry about those things. How do you know if this is someone you can
Miss, yes,
trust?
Miss. If you
Excuse
if
me,
you
miss.
Miss, if
Yes,
it's like a
Nardita. Hold on, Nordica. Amari, finish up.
Miss, if it's like one of the best engineers in the world, Miss,
Hmm.
they can make mistakes. People can make mistakes, Miss.
They
So
definitely can, yes.
yes, Miss.
Nordica.
Okay, Miss. Well, I would say that if I go to birds onto parts, well, what
Hmm.
will I do? Since I'm going to be rich in the future, and
Hmm.
since I'm going to be the since my dream is to be like a meteorologist, is one of
Neurologist.
yes, Miss. I don't know how to pronounce it,
Hmm.
but Miss, I will go to birds onto parts. It's because if they Miss, if they messed up on my car, Miss, I was literally sue them. It's because what? Because if I'm driving, Miss, and I heard a sound in my Lamborghini, so I
Hmm.
bring it to them and they
Right.
fix it. And Miss, 2 weeks later I hear it again. Miss, you won't sue them.
Of course.
I will sue them.
Definitely, yes.
No, Miss. If I sue them, no, they are going to complain to the police that I sue them, and it's a whole argument. So
Well, it's
that
going to go to the court because
yes, Miss.
I want to know that when I'm riding beside you in the passenger seat, I don't want anything to go wrong. So definitely.
Exactly. So
Miss,
Miss,
Miss, you know what,
Miss,
Miss?
now I'm going to Miss, now I'm going to call my 50 lawyers to sue Birds and
Mm-hmm.
and now Miss, why would and now Miss, I will literally go to I will go to a rich school that practice cars. I like practice car, fix my own car for myself because I don't want no one to fix my car.
You
Miss,
That
know that.
Miss,
You
happened.
you
know
know
that.
what Miss, you
Yes,
know what,
Amari.
Miss, you know what I would do, Miss? Miss, if I did not have any time to fix my car by myself, Miss, and I was doing something else, I would have the people fix the car, but Miss, only on one condition. They would have to let me see them test driving the car before I get into the car and drive it, Miss.
Okay, that's fair enough. Do you know that there are some persons in this world who are so wealthy that if anything happens to their car, they just get rid of the car and get a new one. They don't bother to look.
Yes, Miss. Some
Miss,
rich
even Miss,
people.
Miss, I heard that
Yeah,
story.
some
Miss,
people are that wealthy.
yes, Miss, I heard that story, Miss. Some is this guy is very rich, Miss, and a little piece of his car seat, Miss, like
Hmm.
it scratch off. Miss, he could have just had somebody put some leather on the thing, Miss. The guy decided to bring the car and sell it just because of the little Miss.
Yeah. So there are levels to this. All right. So let me read some of the comments. All right. So for question 8, Miss Reed was saying free installation means no charge. And Lorraine says, yes, you get it for free. You buy the parts, but they install it for free. And Miss Reed said they will love this service because um, they are good and they don't have to pay out of their pockets, right? Or they only pay for the parts. Lorraine says someone that can fix your car. I'm not sure which question was that she was answering again. Oh, the experienced technicians. They are getting quality service, Miss Reed says. All right, Amari, it's actually your turn now. Or when we get to question 10, we're going to switch and allow some of the students waiting backstage to come on. Amari, question 9.
Yes, Miss. Number 9. What two bits of information should you provide if you text make a query? Number 9. What two bits of information should you provide if you text to make a query? So, Miss, it says just text or WhatsApp your chassis number and the parts you see.
Okay, so that word there, chassis. The S at the end isn't pronounced. Your chassis number. And what else?
And the parts you see.
Okay, that's correct. So Bert's is saying if you're going to text us your queries, there are 2 bits of information we need you to provide. You need to give us the chassis number of your car. So the chassis is like the framework of the vehicle, right? So it has a special number, the chassis number. And you need to tell us the particular parts that you're asking about, right? So Bert's is saying it don't make any sense you text us and not give us the crucial information. We're just going to be going around in circles. Tell us specifically, let us know the chassis number because every vehicle is different. So let us know the chassis number for your vehicle and tell us which parts you're asking about. All right, Shalicia, question 10.
Question 10. The 2 WhatsApp numbers are very similar. What is the difference between them? Question 10. The two WhatsApp numbers are very similar. What is the difference between them? Miss, the first number,
The
instead
first
of
number.
the first phone number 536, in the second one it's 356.
Okay. So just looking at them, they almost look like identical, don't it?
Yes, miss.
They almost look identical. They both have the 876 at the front. They both have the 63511 as the last 5 digits. But then what the first one has 53 and the second one has 35. So that's correct.
Miss, another
Shalice.
difference. Miss, there's another difference,
What,
Miss.
what's the difference?
Miss, the first one has, at the end, Miss, it has a slash. And
No,
Miss,
the slash is just separating the two.
oh, okay, it's okay.
Right. The slash is separating the 2 numbers. All right, so let me see now. I'm going to do some switching up, right? So I'm going to ask some of you to go backstage now. And I'm going to, there are 4 students waiting backstage. Who I'm going to, so I have Shaheem.
Right, miss.
Hi, Shaheem. I have, is that Arik? What's your name, please? Is it Arik?
Alright.
Orik, Jair, and Coleman. Hi, guys.
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening, Coleman. How you doing? Long time no see, man. How you dash Mr. Coleman?
Miss, I had my exams last week,
Oh, okay.
so I wanted to join, but I couldn't join. I got to
Okay.
study for my exams.
So how were they?
They were good. I did very well.
Okay, excellent. As expected, right?
Thanks, Miss.
As
There are
expected.
some subjects that I dropped back in, but in most of them I did very well.
Why you think you dropped back?
Well, in some I got like 70%. Not really proud of that, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to work on it.
Yes, definitely. And you're working on it now by participating in our live
Yes,
session. So, all
yes,
right.
ma'am.
So, Shaheem, question 11, please.
Yes, miss. What does it mean to call? What does it mean to call toll free? What does it mean to call toll free?
All right. So, it says here for parts inquiries for all branches, call us toll free and they give us a number. What does it mean to call toll free? All right. In the meantime, so Miss Reed is saying for question 9, she agrees with Amari. What had Amari said again? Question 9. Question 9. Oh, the chassis number of the car and the parts you want, right? So Lorraine also agrees with that. And Lorraine is saying, read the numbers. For the first one is 536, and the second is 356. Jamaican girl says, no charge, don't cost anything. All right. So remember, we had done a question like this when we were looking at, what was it again? The
Colgate, miss.
right, toothpaste, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
toll free, as Miss Reed is saying and Jamaican girl is saying, you don't have to pay. You're not charged for calling this number, right? You will spend no money, as Lorraine said. So it's not that the call is free. The company will be charged. The company will absorb the costs of the call so that you can get the chance to express. So, oh, hold on. Somebody got kicked out.
Or miss.
Or it got kicked out. So I'm going to add back somebody else in the meantime. All right. Jair, question
Yes,
12.
miss.
Question 12, please.
What is the difference between genuine and
Genuine.
non-genuine?
Genuine.
Genuine uh, and non-genuine auto. What is the difference between genuine and non-genuine auto part?
Read again, please, Jair.
What is the difference between genuine and non-genuine auto part?
Okay. So this says new genuine parts and new non-genuine parts. What's the difference? What are genuine parts and what are non-genuine parts? Who knows or who wants to make an educated guess? Or who wants
It's
to read a
over
definition?
here, miss.
Go ahead.
I think that genuine parts are the parts that actually come from the brand, and the non-genuine are like are like similar, but they're not from the actual brand.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right? So when something is invented, right? The original inventor holds a patent, and this patent lasts for a number of years, typically, let's say 10 years, right? After that, those 10 years are up, other persons can actually now manufacture a similar product. They now have the go ahead. They might make some changes, but they now have the go ahead to do it. So the genuine parts would be those parts that the brand, the original brand itself manufactures and has the patent for. And then the non-genuine would be a similar product, as the scholar explained, but not the original one from the brand, right? So typically persons would prefer the genuine parts, and of course you would expect which one would be more expensive.
The genuine, miss.
The genuine one would be more expensive because you have the guarantee that is coming from the brand and it is supposed to do what it is supposed to do, right? Yeah. So it's better, a lot of persons feel it's better to fork out the cash, buy the genuine thing. At least you have the guarantee from the manufacturer themselves, and you probably have some warranty in case of anything. All right, so Lorraine says genuine parts is a part supplied by the vehicle manufacturer in their packaging. Aftermarket parts are parts produced by any other company, right? And the genuine parts will be more expensive, Miss Reed says. Definitely, but sometimes it work out more expensive when you buy the non-genuine because you have to go keep replacing it because they don't last as long. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes it's better you just do one thing and buy the genuine, because in the long run you're going to end up buying so many of the non-genuine that's almost as if you're paying more. Coleman, question 13.
13. Which two phrases here are factual and which two phrases are the opinions of the company? Number 13. Which two phrases here are factual and which two phrases are the opinions of the company?
So there are 4 phrases, not sentences here, 4 phrases. 2 are factual, 2 are opinions. Which 2 are factual? Which 2 are opinions?
Miss, I think the two factual ones are that they have new genuine parts and new non-genuine parts. And the opinions, Miss, would be the widest variety of parts and the leader in auto parts.
And why do you say those are opinions, the last 2?
Because Miss, they feel that they are they lead in auto parts and that they
Mm-hmm.
have the widest variety, while and someone else might think so too, but someone
Right,
else may disagree, but
right.
but everyone knows that they have new genuine and non-genuine parts.
Excellent. Right. There might be persons who say, no, 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 you are not the leader. We are the leader. Right? And no, 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 you don't have the widest variety. We have the widest variety. People can come and make those claims. But it is a fact that here we sell genuine parts. Here are the parts. We have them for sale. Come and look. We sell non-genuine parts. Come and check for yourself. You can check and prove, right? But if we're saying we are the leader, it's an opinion, because other persons can make the same claim and then it's a challenge, and it all depends on what your standards are and what somebody else might think. So it's up for grabs, right? It's left to the opinions. But the first 2 are actual facts. All right, so Coleman, that was well stated. Shalicia, question 14.
Thank you, Miss.
Question 14. What is meant by the widest variety of parts? Question 14. What is meant by the widest variety of parts? Miss, it means that they have a lot of different parts in their store.
Okay, a lot. Variety means different kinds, right? And the widest would indicate it's a lot of different kinds of parts. All right, that's correct. Amari, question 15.
Yes, miss. For how many hours is the company open each week? For how many hours is the company open each week? So, miss, it says that Monday, Friday, Monday and Friday is 8 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. miss. And Saturday is 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Sunday, miss, that's more lines only, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So, miss, would you
Would I what?
Miss, would you involve um the company, since it only says more lines only? Miss, would you involve the
Well,
Sunday?
I would break it down. I would say generally, these are the hours per week. And for my lines, these are the hours per week. That's how I would do it. So while you're doing that, working that out for me, let me read the comments. All right, so Miss Reed is saying for question 13, the factual are new variety parts and new non-genuine parts. New genuine should have been new genuine parts. And that is correct. And Lorraine says, question 13, the first phrase is new genuine parts and new non-genuine parts are factual. The second phrase is widest variety and leader in auto parts are opinions of the company. That is correct. And Lorraine says for question 14, it means it has different types of parts. All right, so have you worked it out, Amari?
Miss, can you hear me still? Miss,
How
so
many
far
hours?
what I did. Miss, so far what I did, Miss, I said how many hours between Monday and Friday, Miss. Miss, when I did that, I got 2 hours, Miss. Miss, would I be
2
correct so far?
hours? 2 hours? How? How
Miss,
is that?
Miss, I'm confused, Miss.
How you get 2 hours between
Miss,
one?
because Miss, oh, don't worry, Miss, I made a mistake.
What was your mistake?
Miss, because it says AM and PM, Miss.
Okay. So what's the right thing now to say?
Miss.
From Monday to Friday, they open from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening. How many hours is that each
So,
day?
Miss, it would be 8. Miss, would you say 8 times
Miss
5?
11 oh,
8 times 5 and 6 times 5, Miss. Since from between Monday and Friday is 5 days, Miss.
So you're saying 8 times 5, 8 o'clock times
8,
5,
yes, Miss, times
8
6 o'clock.
o'clock times 5. No, Amari. Shalicia,
Miss, I added 6 and 5. I got 11 hours
you
for
added
one.
6 and 5.
Yes, Miss.
Why?
Miss, from it's two different times, AM and PM.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 to 12, because 12 is midday.
Mm-hmm.
8 to 9, that's 1 hour, 9 to
So
10.
8 to 12 is how many hours?
Miss, 5 hours,
Is
and then
it? Is it?
Miss 4.
You
9.
can't count 8 in it. You're starting from 8. So you
9.
start
4.
counting at 9.
Miss, 5.
And from 12 to 6, it's not 5, it's 4 hours.
4,
From
Miss.
8 to midday is 4 hours.
And then
And midday to 6 p.m.
would be 7.
would be. Remember, you
6
can't count the hour that you're
Miss,
starting
it
at.
would be
1, 2, 3,
6, Miss.
5, 6.
How many hours in all then from 8 to 6? From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. How many hours is that?
4.
10.
Miss, 10 hours.
10 hours. And that's Monday to Friday, right, Amari? That's what you're going to multiply by the 5 now.
Yes, Miss.
10 hours times 5 from Monday to
Miss, it
Friday.
would be
So that's how many so far?
50. Miss, you said 10
Miss,
times 5
50.
is 50, Miss.
Okay, so on Saturday from 8:30 to 5, how many hours is that? So we have 8:30. We don't count the 8:30. So we start counting 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and then half an hour to 5. So that's 8.5. Am I correct?
Yes, Miss.
All right, so we have the 50 hours for Monday to Friday, plus the 8.5 for Saturday. That's 58.5. Typically, for the other two locations, is 58.5 hours. For Malines, we also now have to add from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2.
Miss.
So add 5 hours to the 58 and a half. How much is that? $58 and a half plus 5. Quickly for me. Just add the whole numbers and put by the half.
Okay, miss. So, miss, that would give you the 63 and a
63.
half.
63 and a half. So for the other two branches, each week they are open for how many hours? For the other two branches, not
Miss,
Mullines.
Yes.
Miss
Huh?
58.
58 and a half hours each week. And Mullines is open how many hours?
Miss Malines is open. Eight
On
and
5
eight,
hours.
8.5 hours.
No. Mullines is open the 58 and a half plus the 5.
Oh,
I'm
so
saying
miss 63 and a half.
63 and a half.
No,
So Lorraine says Monday to Friday is open for 11 hours. No, that's incorrect. It's 10 hours per day times 5. Saturday it's 8 hours, 8.5 hours, sorry, not 9. So remember, scholars, what I see a lot of you doing is you're counting the hour that you're starting from. You don't do that. That's your starting point. You can't count that as one of the hours. All right, so Miss Reed says 63 and a half. That is correct for more lines. Shaheem, question
Yes, miss.
question
Yes.
60,
Dad is planning to visit the Hagley Park branch this Sunday. What will he realize when he gets there? Dad is planning to visit the Hagley Park branch this Sunday. What will he realize when he gets there?
Miss, I know, miss.
Let me hear if Shaheem has an answer. Do you have an answer, Shaheem?
Not yet, miss.
All right, Amari.
Miss, it said that he's going to visit Hagley Park branch, miss. But miss, it says Malines only is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Miss. So Missy will realize that Hagley Park branch is not open yet, miss.
That's correct. Hagley Park branch is closed on Sunday. Only Malines will be open on a Sunday. So Dad is gonna get to Hagley Park and he's gonna see the office closed.
Missy
Um,
wasted his gas.
right.
yes.
All right, Jair, question 17.
By how many more hours is the company open on a Wednesday than on a Saturday? By how many more hours is the company open on a Wednesday than a Saturday?
Okay.
Me?
By how many more
Miss,
hours?
I think I got one. Miss, is it 1 hour, miss?
Saturday.
1 hour.
Yes, miss.
How do you get 1 hour?
Miss, because miss, on Saturday it's open 8:30 to 5, miss.
Mm-hmm.
And on Monday to Friday, miss, is 8 to 6.
So how do you get 1 hour? It's 8:30 to 5.
This wouldn't it?
Miss, I think. Oh wait, Miss, is it 1 hour and 30 minutes?
That is correct. 1 hour and 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Miss, when I was reading it back, miss, I realized my mistake.
Okay.
Miss, I'm just waiting for him to go and work it out so that I could answer.
Miss, I was literally
How
about to
did you
say,
work it, Coleman? Did you add up the hours on Wednesday and add up the hours on Saturday, or you just look at the time and say, hold on, that's open 8, that's open that and work. How did you guys work it?
Miss,
It's I
Miss,
work
I
it.
realized that on Wednesday it would be open 10 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and then on Saturday it's open 8 hours and
Eight and a
30
half,
minutes,
right?
and then that would leave 1 hour and 30 minutes left.
Okay,
Miss
Amari,
what
how did
I
you
did.
work it?
Miss what I did. I realized that Miss the Miss the Monday to Friday, Miss, is
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m. and the Saturday is 8:30 a.m., Miss. So
Mm-hmm.
Miss, when I work that, I realized that. So Miss, I realized that is 30 minutes. Miss is 30 minutes more, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And the 6 o'clock, the Monday to Friday 6 o'clock p.m. and the Saturday 5 o'clock p.m. Miss. Miss, it's a 1 hour difference, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss, I just combine them together and I got one
Okay,
hour and 30 minutes.
right. So different approaches, same answer, right? All right, that's the
Miss.
last question. Tomorrow we're going to look at savory crackers.
Crackers. Miss, you
Yeah.
prepared and presented it, Miss.
Huh?
Miss, you are the one who prepared it and
Yes,
presented it, Miss.
yes. These savory crackers. We're going to look at the package and we're going to answer some questions, right? Just like we've been doing. Those are the questions for tomorrow.
Okay,
Miss,
Miss.
my
Yes, I
camera
love
is
crackers and tea.
malfunctioning. Miss, my
Hmm?
camera is malfunctioning, Miss.
Your camera is malfunctioning.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. All right. So we made it through another
D.
presentation. All right. And tomorrow we're going to do it all over again. Oh, so let me see. Lorraine was saying 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? And Jamaican girl said when dad goes to Hagley Park, it will be closed. So dad has to read the advertisement carefully, right? Hagley Park is not open on a Sunday. So you see, guys, we have to pay attention to information. Information is there, and we can't claim that we didn't know when we the information was there and we had access to the information. So we have to train ourselves to be observant, to read and to read carefully and to read with understanding and not take things for granted. So I will see you tomorrow when we'll be eating some savory crackers.
Yay.
All right. So see you tomorrow, everybody.
Miss,
Bye.
Miss,
Bye, Miss.
To be
Yes.
honest,
Miss
I
Kamau, are
really
we actually going to be eating it?
Well, you want to carry some and share for everybody?
yay. I really enjoy these classes.
Oh, that's great. I love to hear that. I really love to hear that. And we'll be having
Like
lots
yes,
more.
Mr.
Miss, I always liked to what, like, the pep lessons. I always wanted them to be animated. I just didn't enjoy when it was actually a real person. But then your classes just seem so fun.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know what? You guys make it fun. Yes, your participation makes it fun. And
And
I'm
Miss,
really
when I search for pep, I don't see a lot of like classes where it's streamed and there are actually children answering the questions. It's
yes,
mostly
and talking
person
about it.
explaining.
Right.
Yeah.
That is it's important that we have these kinds of sessions where you can actually ask the questions in real time and tear the things apart and collaborate, and what one person missed the other person will pick it up, and so we help each other, right? That's important to have these kinds of sessions. So I'm really pleased that you scholars take the time. I know you could be outside running up and down trying to get the last daylight hours to make noise and run up and down outside. And you could be watching cartoons and you could be doing all kind of other things. and you take the time out to come and sharpen your minds, and that's a very good sign that you'll be excelling as you go into the future. That's a very good sign. You have your priorities in the right place. All right, so take care. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Have a
Bye,
good night.
me.
Bye,
Thanks,
Miss.
Miss.
Miss Mac, Miss, the computer that I have, Miss. Miss, you
Mhm.
know, I was really frightened because it says that the time is 8:36, and I was saying 36 minutes into our class, Miss.
So
It's the
is it
same
back
time
on?
here. The
Miss, it's
device I'm
because
using, it says
Miss
that
is
it's
because
8:36.
Miss is
Oh,
because
I wonder if it's daylight saving time.
no, Miss is because he was from a different country, Miss.
Yes,
Miss
sometimes they set their clocks back an hour or forward an hour for daylight saving
Miss is in
time.
American time, Miss.
Yeah, so you have to look out for that. And the computers, depending on the settings in your computer. Jair, what you eating? Fries? But who tell this chef
Sardines,
them
Miss.
can come on my thing eating food and tempting me, though God? Hmm? Now you make my mouth start to water. What you eating, child?
Miss Sardines.
Oh, all right, tomorrow.
Bye, Miss.
Is that it on my end?